Hello, I'm Adam Bell with Sublime Computer Services, and the purpose of this video is to show how to set up an image backup of a computer so that the entire system can be backed up and restored in the event of a system failure, a hard drive failure, or a virus. And the recovery, well, the backup of the entire system will allow the user to restore the computer as it was exactly the way it was at the backup time. So for the instance of a computer getting crypto lock or crypto wall, the computer can be restored to its previous state and all of the files will no longer be encrypted. And one of the things that we're going to do with this install is we're going to use a network attached storage rather than a USB drive, so that in the event a CryptoLocker virus or malware gets on the computer, that it will not have the ability to encrypt the USB drive because there won't be a USB drive directly attached and mapped for the virus to take hold of and to encrypt it. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we need to have purchased a network attached storage. For the purpose of this for this demonstration and video, we're using a Buffalo Link Station. There are other NAS out there. Felt like this was a good one for the price, and it also includes 5 licenses of Nova backup. So that way you have the software and you have the hardware to do the image backups. Like I said, there are other systems out there, but this is the one that we've chosen and seems to work well. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is you need to unpack, well, purchase the link station, but unpack it, plug it up, and then you're going to need to install the link station software, which is located on the DVD. So you put in the DVD, and then you're going to run the lsnavi.exe. So I've already installed the software, but it's a very quick install. You just take the defaults. There's no real settings for you to grab a hold of. Just take the defaults. And when it's done with its install, you're going to get this NAS Navigator. Let me see. So we get this NAS Navigator here, and there's only one link station device, so link system device. So now I'm going to right click and choose settings, and that's going to pull it up in the first time setup wizard. So now I'm going to follow here. I'm going to enter a password, and this is for the password for the admin account. Alright, now I'm going to hit next, save that. That's a pretty quick setup here. Okay, so now it already has one share. We're going to set this. We're not going to do anything with this share in this demo here. At later time, you could use it if you wanted, but for now, we're going to protect the entire NAS. So we're going to set this as a private folder. We'll click next, and then we're going to say who has permission to that share. We're going to remove the guest access, so only admin has accounts to, or has the ability to connect to that share. Alright, so then we're going to click apply. Let that finish. And now our folders are configured. So now we're going to go into the advanced settings and make a couple changes here. So we're going to go into the advanced. Okay, we're going to check the management here, and we're going to change the name of the NAS here. So name, that's a tough name to remember, so we're going to edit that, and we're going to call that Buffalo Backup. You can also change the time zone if you're in a different time other than central, language, management information. So I'm going to hit OK, save that. And once that completes, then we are going to create a backup user. Okay, back to file sharing. We're going to go to users, create a new user. We're going to call it backups. User ID 1001. We have this range right here from which to choose. I'm going to give it a, you can give it the same password or a different password than the admin. Okay. Now it's by default, leave these groups alone. Hit OK. All right, so now we have our backups user created. So now we're going to go into the folder and set up a folder where we can store our backups. All right. All right, we've given it a description. We're going to turn off DLNA. We've got SMB turned on, and we're going to enable access restrictions. So right now nobody has permission. So we're going to give permission to the admin, and we're going to give permission to the backups. We'll hit OK. And then we're going to check one more setting before we're done here. We're going to go to services, iTunes server. We want to turn that off. If you want to use iTunes server, that's your prerogative. But with this, we're only going to be using this device for backups. Okay, so now we are done with the NAS setup. I know that was pretty easy. Okay, so now we need to download our backup software. So you need to go to d.buffalo.jp./ls210d/. Now that URL, I didn't just magically come up with that. That is in documentation that they give you with the NAS. So I plugged that in there, and I'm going to include that link on the web page where the video is. So we'll choose United States and Canada. Next, we have to accept, and then I'm going to choose to download the software. All right, and that will dump us over to Nova Backup's website. So we're going to get our backup now and enter your serial number. So here you're going to enter your serial number. I'm not going to put my serial number in there for the video because I've already done this, but you'll enter in your serial number. Oh, I'm sorry. The serial number is located on the back of the Buffalo. It is says SN, and then there's also a MAC address back there which says MAC. So you want to make sure you get the serial number. And I'm going to walk through this here. So I've already taken screenshots. So you're going to enter in your serial number, and then the next page is going to tell you you're going to redeem your 5 free licenses. Choose get free option number 1 now. You're going to complete the registration. You're going to plug in your name and your email address because they're going to email you the serial numbers. And then you're going to download and run the software. To date, the file is setup NBPC version 17_5. By the time you watch this video, there may be a newer version. So download, install whatever the latest version is. And it's a very basic install. You're going to run, tells you what you're going to install. You're going to install the backup client. You're going to choose your language. You're going to choose really next here. It's ready to go. As I said, it's very basic. You've got to agree. Check this box down here if you want to send statistics to NovaStore to help make the software better. And you're going to choose a typical install, and then you're also going to take your name and this information that you filled out with your registration, and you're going to plug in the license key right here, and then you're going to click next, and it's going to complete. So we'll launch Nova Backup. All right, so we're going to switch back into live here. So let me pull up the Nova backup. Okay, so I have got the Nova backup software here. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I need to add the device, which is the backup location for my backup. So I'm going to delete that one because I've already done this before, but I'll get rid of it. Okay, device. Oop, come on. Device. We're going to choose to add. We're going to choose, you have some good options here for choices, but we're going to choose a network device. Device name, Buffalo Backup. You can make it something else, but I'm just doing that for our demonstration here. All right, so we named the path Buffalo Backup and backups. Backups is the name of the share. This backslash, and then this is the NAS name, which we named, and then this is the share backups. So that's how call it a UNC path. Okay, we're going to use the username backups and the password that we set, and hit OK. All right, let's check to make sure the device is there. Okay, so we've got it in there. Okay, so now let's go back to the home page, and we're going to choose Express Wizard. We're going to choose Backup. We're going to choose a local backup, and we're going to choose System Drive that will get all of your hard drive for your operating system. If you have additional files that you need to add, you might want to choose this custom selection. But we'll take a look here. So see, in the custom selection, you could select this computer. So if you do that, you'll get everything on this computer. You'd want to get the system state, and let's say you wanted to add data, you could get all that too. I'm not going to choose that. I'm going to choose System Drive. All right, so now I'm going to do Daily Backups. And my destination, I'm going to browse for that since I've already created it. Choose Buffalo Backup. Puts all the information in there for me. We'll click Next. I already made this backup job, so I'm going to overwrite, but you wouldn't typically see that selection there. Okay, so now I want to set this to backup at 10 o'clock at night, 10 p.m., because that's a good time. Nobody will be on this computer. If this is not a good time for you, select a good start time for you. All right, so now I'm also going to check this box to back up all files once per week, and on the other days, do just an incremental changes. So whatever changes have occurred, that's all it's going to back up. So I'm going to choose my full backup day to be Saturday, 10 p.m. And then all the other days, Sunday through Friday, it's only going to back up the differences. Okay. Now we're going to hit Next, and then we get a screen here that gives us a summary. We're going to hit Close here. Okay, now we want to go to the schedule. We want to set up, I got to delete one of the old ones. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, so I fixed that, sorry about that. So we're going to choose the backup retention here. So we want to choose the age, should be set to age, a maximum backup age of 1 month, and we're going to backup process, normal, and image backups. We want to clean up both sets. So that means we're going to have 1 month of backups at all times. All right, now we need to choose Save, and I'm going to overwrite this. Save it, yes. If you don't have one there, it'll just write it for the first time. And now we are ready to run backups. All right, so I'm going to, it is going to be run automatically at 10 p.m. If I desired, I could right click and choose to run that right now, or if I wanted to modify it or make any changes, I can do that here. So if you click the Home, Schedule, that would be where you could modify your jobs. And here's to show your status to make sure nothing is running, and nothing is running at this time. Okay, so now this is an explanation of how to set up the backups. And if you needed to restore data from a backups, you could choose the restore here and restore your specific files. Um, the restore in this method is for if there's nothing wrong with your workstation, but you just need to restore files. You could restore files that have failed for whatever reason. But if you have a significant problem and your computer is down, you're going to need a boot disk. So now, in order to get the boot disk, you've got to create the boot disk. And we've got another document here that Nova Backup shows how to create that backup disk. So I'm going to put that video up there of how to create that backup disk. You want to make that CD, and you want to test it. You want to make sure that it will boot, that you can see your network attached storage, and that you could restore. So you want to make sure you have this disk. You want to make sure that you know what the username and password is. So your username is backups, but you want to know what the password is, and you want to keep those in a safe location so that if you have to do a recovery, you can do so. So I'm going to post all these links so that you have them, but this is all we've got for now. As I said, this is a step-by-step guide of how to create the boot disk. I'm going to put the links for these files, and good luck. And if you ever need any help, you can certainly call us at Sublime Computer Services, and we'll give you a hand. Thank you very much.